can you just, and very briefly, because we want to get to the good stuff.
Sure.
Explain the commanderies, how they accumulated wealth.
Yeah, so what they would do is they would set up these commanderies throughout Europe and as well as in the Holy Land. And really where they started making money is they became a banking system where if you were going to, back then, you have to understand that Christians would travel to Jerusalem in the same way that Muslims would travel to Mecca today. So it was like deemed that once in your life you go to Jerusalem and you see the holy places where Jesus walked and where Moses was and where King Solomon's temple was said to be. And you'd take this pilgrimage. Well, it was very dangerous to travel back then. I mean, the world was full of ruffians and thieves, and if you had any money on you, of course they were going to steal it. So what the Templar Order did is they set up a thing where you could deposit your money at the commandery in, let's say, London, and you get a special note. And then when you arrived in Jerusalem, you could go to the commander in Jerusalem, present this note, and they give you your money back, with a small fee taken out.
Right.
And so that small fee, added up. And this is really where the Templar Order developed its wealth. And because when they were created, they didn't have to answer to anybody but the Pope, it gave them a lot of freedom and a lot of latitude to do a lot of things, including associating with other religious traditions and other cultures that didn't exist in Europe. As they went into the Holy Land, there were groups like the Druze and the Sabaeans and others that were translating Greek and Roman texts, and these hadn't made their way into Europe yet. And so by having these associations with the Templar Order, the Templars were able to gain knowledge that just wasn't accessible at the time in Europe. And they learned of traditions like Pythagorean traditions and the works of Plato and things that we kind of take for granted now that just was not available at the time. They also had to have associations with Islamic groups that were already existing in the Holy Land at the time. And while they later would get dragged into having to fight and defend territories on behalf of the church, that wasn't their main focus. Their main focus was actually establishing connections with these different traditions so they could gain their knowledge and bring that knowledge back to you.
Like and follow for more intel. Stay briefed, my friends.